Alright, so welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know, who might be new here, my name is Derek Simnett from Simnett Nutrition. I am a holistic nutritionist. I also eat a vegan diet, and the idea with these videos, the What I Eat in a Day videos, is to give you guys some ideas on how you can eat more plant-based or just some more vegan recipe ideas that you might be able to incorporate into your lifestyle. So I really like to show that the vegan diet doesn't have to be boring, or it doesn't have to be restrictive, and you can still go to the gym and you can still make amazing gains while eating vegan. You don't need meat, you don't need dairy in your diet to make those gains. So with that being said, I did just get back from the gym. I had an awesome workout today. And of course, I'm home now and I'm hungry and it is time to refuel those muscles. So you guys know I usually make like a smoothie or a smoothie bowl right after my workouts, but today I'm gonna try and do something different because I do that like every single What I Eat in a Day video, and I'm sure you guys are getting tired of them by now. Besides that awesome workout, the day is starting out pretty good for me. So I went to the health food store this morning to get some rolled oats because we were out, and also some lemons for that lemon water in the morning. And they actually gave me this full case of overripe bananas. They said, we can't sell these. People don't want to buy brown spotty bananas. Derek, we know you love bananas. Do you want them? I was like, holy crap, how many do you have? But unfortunately, we only have room in our fridge for one case, so that's all I could take from them. But yeah, they had a couple cases there, and it's too bad that they're gonna go to waste. But not these. These are definitely gonna get eaten, and we're gonna eat some of them right now. So I thought a cool little recipe idea this morning for post-workout would be these protein pancakes that I sometimes make. And they take a little longer than a smoothie or a smoothie bowl to make, but man, is it ever good. And I do have a little bit of time today, so we're gonna make those. So I don't exactly have like a precise recipe written down for these. It's pretty hard to mess these up. You just have to get the consistency right and all the right ingredients in there, and the amounts don't matter so much. So I'll show you guys what we put in there. So first we've got a couple pans that are preheating. We've got a cast iron skillet there we're gonna try, and this stainless steel pan. So as you guys know, I cook without oil, so this recipe can be a little bit tricky if you don't have a non-stick pan, but we're going for it here today. Alright, so here's everything that we're gonna need to make these protein pancakes. So of course we're gonna need some rolled oats, and we're actually gonna turn these into oat flour. So if you don't have a high-speed blender like a Vitamix or something that will make oat flour, maybe buy some oat flour or use some other type of flour that you have. And then of course we're gonna be using a bunch of nice ripe spotty bananas. And we also have some flaxseed here. This just helps it stick all together. And then this is a half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. This helps the pancakes to rise, so if you don't like them fluffy, you could leave that out. There's also some jeweled dates we're gonna throw in there just to add some sweetness to it. The lemon goes in at the very end to help activate the baking soda and the baking powder so that everything rises. It's a good little trick to know. You can use it for muffins, cookies, all different things. So we're also going to be putting in a scoop of the Vivo Life Perform plant-based protein, the salted maca caramel flavor. I find that this one goes with just about everything. The vanilla would be really good in it as well. And then just to get it all going, we have some almond milk, unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So let's get making that oat flour. So I'm going to start off with 2 cups of oats. So there's the oat flour. And then honestly from here, you pretty much just like dump everything else in the blender. You turn it on high and then get it in the fry pan. Like, it could not be easier. Okay, so those 3 dates are going in. We'll stick with the 3s right now. We'll put in 3 bananas. We can always add more if we want. And the ground flax, the baking soda and baking powder. So I've got just under a cup of almond milk here, and I'm not gonna use it all right away. I'm gonna keep some of it, and if I want it to be more liquidy, then I'll add more when I need it. And then what I like to do is like blend it up and then squeeze the lemon in right at the end, but I'm sure you could do it all at the same time. I don't think it would matter. Almost forgot the protein part of the pancakes. So this isn't necessary. You could definitely make this recipe without the protein powder, but it does add a nice kick to it and a little bit more protein. So I'm an ambassador for these guys. I think a lot of you guys know that already, but if you do want to try this product and you want a discount on it, use my code Derek10 for 10% off. It really is like the best digesting protein powder, plant-based protein powder on the market, and it is like my favorite tasting one as well. So I'm just gonna squeeze the lemon into here, blend it up, and then get it on the frying pan there. right, so now that that's all blended up, we just have to cook them. And so the key with this, when you're cooking it, is to get the frying pan hot enough that it doesn't stick to it and take too long to cook, but you don't want it to be too hot that it burns it right away and doesn't cook it all the way through. So sort of like a medium heat, medium to low-ish. This pan's a little smaller, so we'll just do one at a time, I think, in here. Make this one a bit bigger. All right. Oh yeah, this one is ready. Oh, yeah, so I definitely burned that one a little bit. You win some, you lose some. So I'm gonna cook the rest of them in the cast iron skillet there, and while they're cooking, I'm gonna chop up a bunch of fruit to put on top. Oh, cool. Look at that. Did you guys know that's where almonds come from? No, it's not actually a real almond, but it looks so much like an almond, it's crazy. I think you can eat them, but I think they have like a bit of cyanide or something in them, so probably not the best to eat. I'll try it though for you guys, for the tube. I don't even know how to do this. How do I display this nicely? Definitely not a strength of mine is like making the food look good. I can make it taste good, I can eat it really well, but I'm not great at displaying it on a plate. Oh my god, this is a disaster. There is the finished product. Are you kidding me? Eat your heart out, IHOP. That's how you make pancakes. So you guys probably saw I did put a bit of maple syrup on there. Date paste or something like that would have been awesome as well. I just had some maple syrup here and I figured I'd gone this far with the pancakes, we might as well go all out. So good. They taste a lot like the muffins I make because I use pretty much the same recipe. You can use this same recipe to make muffins, to make cookies, anything. So good, guys. Man, that is an official stack right there. All right, so I'm gonna eat this and do some work, and then after that I will meet you guys back in the kitchen and we'll make some lunch. So, we're back in the kitchen because it is lunchtime. And to be honest with you, I'm not all that hungry. I was so full from those pancakes earlier, I actually like almost needed a nap. But I didn't nap, I stuck it through and I stayed awake. I had some work to do, so I finished that. And now it's time to get some more nutrients into our body. And as you guys know, I like to eat a lot of greens and I didn't have any at breakfast. So this lunch is just gonna be like a small green smoothie, but it's not gonna be my usual green smoothie. I'll show you guys what I'm putting in there. So we're gonna put 2 apples in there, 2 dates, we're gonna put some hemp seeds, and a whole bunch of greens. It tastes okay. It could definitely be cold though. It would be much better if like you used a bunch of ice in here, or even like if you threw in a frozen banana, but we don't have any frozen bananas, so this is how it's gonna be. But I think a bit of cinnamon and an extra date and some ice and it would be top notch, but I don't have any of those things except for the extra date. So I know a lot of people neglect greens in their diet. They just think that it's like just expensive water or whatever, and that's definitely not the case. Greens are so full of vitamins and minerals, full of vitamin K, full of vitamin A, vitamin C, all those alkalizing minerals that we need in our body. So yeah, whether you chew it or you drink it, get those greens in ya. Hey, pass my helmet.
Thank you.
All right, so I had to get out of the house. I'm riding with Crystal to yoga, and then I'm gonna leave her there. She's always bugging me to go with her to yoga. So I'm going with you, but I'm just not staying. I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna stay on my bike ride. Anyways, you guys know Crystal. Vlog, say hi to Crystal. Crystal, say hi to the vlog. All right, have fun.
Maybe one day you'll come to yoga.
See ya. can't just ride by. I gotta hit it. All right, rip a couple muscle ups, leave the helmet on. All right, I don't need to be working out anymore today. Oh crap, my camera. I need this. Cheers. All right, so that was a nice little outing, and now it's time for dinner. So what are we gonna have for dinner? You guessed it. Bananas! No, I'm just kidding. We're not actually gonna have bananas, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious like what I do when I get so many bananas at once, especially when they're so ripe. So a few of them we'll leave here so that we can eat them, add them to smoothie bowls, whatever. A lot of them go in the freezer and then we'll freeze them there as well. All right, so I actually don't even know what I'm gonna have for dinner, but this is how it is most days of the week. I like to cook, I like to make things on the fly, I like to be creative and spontaneous when I make food, so I enjoy this process. But I understand for a lot of you guys, you want meals prepared ahead of time, or like your schedule doesn't allow for creating dishes every night, and I do plan on doing a meal prep video soon, so stay tuned for that. But right now, we've gotta make some dinner, and I figured it would be helpful to kind of talk you guys through like what I think about when I'm coming up with a dinner, to kind of maybe give you some ideas and inspire you to kind of do the same. So, provided that I don't have any leftovers, what I think about is like, where are the calories gonna come from? What is gonna make up the bulk of this dish? And usually that's something like beans, lentils, rice, sometimes I'll have like brown rice pasta or even lentil pasta, potatoes, yams. So just looking over my shoulder here, I can see that there's a bunch of like beans and lentils and grains and things that I could cook up. So that's definitely where I'm going to start. So I'm gonna use these two. This is quinoa and some red lentils, split red lentils, and they take about the same amount of time to cook. So I just put them both in the same pot and cook them together. All right, so that's gonna take about 30 minutes or so to cook, so that gives us time to like chop up some vegetables and get everything else ready. So then after that, I'm thinking what will go with that is gonna be delicious, that's gonna help me consume like a whole bunch of vegetables and maybe get some protein in there as well. And often the answer is a stir fry. I love stir fries. I have them almost every single night. It's just so easy and they're so versatile. You can make them taste like so many different things. You can put so many healthy foods in there. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna chop up a whole bunch of veggies and probably throw some tofu or tempeh or something in there. I'll see what I have. All right, so that's all gonna go in the frying pan. We've got some peas, or what are these? Beans. Beans from the neighbor's house. We've got some red pepper, purple pepper, which is kind of cool, and mushrooms. We've got some broccoli as well, and then I pulled some tempeh out of the fridge, and I'll chop that up and throw it in as well. First I gotta wash these and chop them up. So here are all the veggies that are gonna go into the stir fry, and the tempeh there as well. I know tempeh is a bit polarizing. Some of you guys are always like, how do you like tempeh? It's so gross. But I actually don't mind it. And I have tried some tempeh that I don't like, that's definitely like bitter and like really, really earthy tasting. So if you've tried one tempeh and you think that you don't like it, definitely like try a different type and you might think differently. So here's the one that we like. The price is good on it and it's easy to buy where we are. So Light Life organic tempeh. All right, so we're gonna put all this into the frying pan in 1, 2, 3. What? I see other YouTubers doing it. Come on. Ah, it worked. Sweet. So that was just a little water in there to help everything kind of cook, and it steams it a little bit as well. All right, so now that that's cooking, the next thing I'm thinking about is like, how can I make it more delicious? We've got a plain stir fry going on. We've got some plain lentils and quinoa. So we clearly need a sauce. Here's one I often make that's so good in stir fries and even as a salad dressing. Trusty old blender again. We're gonna make a blended sauce, and I know I've mentioned it before on this channel, but a couple things to keep in mind when you're making sauces to make them amazing. You want to hit on a few different flavors: sweet, salty, and tangy. And then if you can have like a fat or something to carry the flavors and then add some spices of your own, you will make an awesome sauce, just like we're gonna do it right now. All right, so for sweetness, we've got 2 medjool dates that I just pitted, and that is definitely the sweetener of choice around here. And then for something salty, we're gonna use some miso. So for tang, we're gonna use a splash of apple cider vinegar. You could also use lemon. All right, and then to carry the flavors, we're gonna use some tahini. So I'm gonna shoot some mustard in there. Mustard is great to add to sauces. It adds a bit more of that tang, it adds a tiny bit of spice, and it also helps fats to emulsify with liquids so your sauces like stay together and don't separate. And then for spices, I'm gonna add onion powder, garlic powder, some cumin, and ginger. So there's everything that's gonna make up the sauce. Looks pretty boring, but we'll add some water to it and blend it up. All right, let's see how we did. Yeah, so good. And then I also always think about how can I incorporate some greens into this meal. And in this case, I'm just gonna put them in a bowl and everything's going on top of them. So here's what the quinoa and red lentils look like when it's all cooked. All right, so that is dinner. It doesn't look the prettiest, but I know it's gonna taste good. Heck yeah, this is good. Gotta get that Valentina's on there. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Yeah, so I think that's it for this What I Eat in a Day. It's pretty late. I'm gonna go and enjoy this, sit down with Crystal, and you know, watch some Netflix, chill. Anyways, so that's it for me. Thank you so much for your time. I definitely appreciate you clicking on this video, watching it all the way to the end. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if this video has helped you out at all. Hit the like button as well. I would appreciate that. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, all that stuff. Oh my gosh, do I have to say that every video? Thank you guys. Have a good day. Peace. Eat plants. Stay positive.
I'm gonna throw it like nice.
Yeah, just like up and lofty. Okay, go.
Okay. Oh no!
Hey, pass my helmet.